All right, so now that we looked at the introduction for the speaking section and we looked at an example, let's talk about some general strategies for each part of the speaking section of the IELTS. So now we're going to talk about IELTS speaking part 1 strategies. So again, remember that the examples that we're using are coming from www.aehelp.com. So for more examples and more practice, visit us there, join the full IELTS course and tell us what you think, or download our practice tests. They include a lot of good explanations and examples as well. So again, that's www.aehelp.com. So remember from the previous video that part 1, the questions are about a general topic. So these are general topic questions. Talking about sports, family, friends, school, work. So just some general topic and fairly simple questions. The first strategy that's very important to remember is always answer the why question. Hello there, have a seat.
Thank you.
What is your name?
My name is Natasha Kozlova.
Okay, Natasha, we're going to start the IELTS speaking section. I will record this speaking part of the test for marking purposes. To begin, I'm going to ask you a few questions on a general topic. Are you ready to proceed?
Yes, I am.
Okay, let's talk about sports. What kind of sports do you enjoy playing?
Well, a sport I absolutely love to play is ice hockey. It's fairly competitive and it keeps me active and healthy. I also enjoy playing football when the weather is warmer.
What are some sports you have never played and why?
One sport I've never played is handball. Some of my friends love it. They play it in a league and watch it on television, but I find it very dull and boring. I prefer faster sports like ice hockey.
So for each of the questions in part 1, always try to give the reason for your answer. In the example, the conversation is about sports. Notice that the person taking the exam, Natasha, is always giving a reason for her answers. So what is a sport that you like to play? I like to play ice hockey because it's fairly competitive and it's great exercise. So you have to try to use the word because. On the exam sheet for the examiner, the why question always comes or often comes after the question in brackets. That's because if the student forgets to answer why, then they will ask you why. So why do you like to play this sport? So a good technique is always include the why answer in the question. So create a nice, long, full answer, okay? So for example, I like to, and then something that you're saying because, or try to use the word since. So because and since are important vocabulary for part 1. They show reason, and then you want to complete your sentence. So again, I like to play ice hockey because it's competitive and it's great exercise. So always answer that why question for part 1. Now the second tip is pay attention to the grammar. So try to pay attention to the grammar of the question. This is really important because when they're marking you, they're checking to see if you're using the grammar of the question in your answer. So, for example, if they're using the past tense, what is a sport that you played when you were a child? Then you should use the past tense in your answer. A sport that I played when I was a child was ice hockey. So lots of emphasis on the past tense. If the question is dealing about the future, what is a sport that you will try in the future, then use the future tense. So I will or I'm going to try playing basketball because I heard it's a lot of fun from my friends. So again, use the grammar of the question, and of course, again, make sure to include the reason, okay? So an example is, if the question is past tense, then you would say, I played ice hockey when I was a child. And then because my dad really wanted me to play this sport. So again, pay attention to the grammar and always include the why answer. For sure, this will help to increase your mark. So let's have a look at an example of this, and then we'll look at the transcripts of the speaking interview, where you will see the highlighted sections for the grammar and for the why question. And this will give you a very good idea of how you should be answering for part one to try to get the highest score possible. So again, this example is coming from www.ahelp.com.
Hello there, have a seat.
Thank you.
What is your name?
My name is Natasha Kozlova.
Okay, Natasha, we're going to start the IELTS speaking section. I will record this speaking part of the test for marking purposes. To begin, I'm going to ask you a few questions on a general topic. Are you ready to proceed?
Yes, I am.
Okay, let's talk about sports. What kind of sports do you enjoy playing?
Well, a sport I absolutely love to play is ice hockey. It's fairly competitive and it keeps me active and healthy. I also enjoy playing football when the weather is warmer.
What are some sports you have never played and why?
One sport I've never played is handball. Some of my friends love it. They play it in a league and watch it on television, but I find it very dull and boring. I prefer faster sports like ice hockey.
Do you prefer team sports or individual sports and why?
I prefer team sports because I enjoy the social part of it. Team sports also help to learn teamwork, which is a really important skill in life.
Why do you think people play sports?
To be sure, you are asking me the reasons for playing sports?
Yes, that's right.
I believe people play sports for two main reasons. First and most important, I think, sports are lots of fun. Second, many sports are great exercise. Staying in shape by playing sports is much more enjoyable than going to the gym, for example.
What is the most popular sport in your country? Why do people like this sport?
In Russia, I think football is the most popular, although ice hockey is very popular as well. Both sports are very fast moving with lots of excitement, which makes them appealing to many Russians.
All right, so this speaking example and the transcripts were again from www.aehelp.com. Visit us there for lots of help with the IELTS exam. Join the full course or download the practice tests and tell us what you think.